Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be comparing the Google Pixel 4a with the Google Pixel 4a with 5G. If you're interested in any of these products, the links to them will be in the video description below. If you want to see a full review of either of these devices, be sure to check out the videos on my channel. Let's go ahead, let's jump right in. Let's look at both devices and compare them to each other. So you can see we have the Pixel 4a side by side with the Pixel 4a 5G. Very similar design and pattern and layout. Same camera placement in the top left-hand corner with a nice cutout in the display right there. So the Pixel 4a is currently my wife's daily driver still. You can see the difference in screen size right there. Let's go ahead, let's look at them from this side too. Same placement, very similar thickness as well. You can see our volume button and then our power buttons with the nice color accent right there. Here they are from the top. Both feature a headphone jack. Here they are from this side. You can see the SIM tray. Here they are from the bottom. USB Type-C and our speaker cutouts right there. And then we can see the back side for both devices. Google logo, fingerprint sensor, camera modules. Obviously, the module is different. We're missing the wide-angle lens on the Pixel 4a. And you can see we can set the 4a on top of the 4a 5G. And you can see it's wider and obviously taller. In regards to thickness, it'll be very similar in thickness. You can see that right there on camera. But definitely wider and definitely taller. The 4a 5G is versus the 4a. Now let's go ahead, let's look at the tech specs. So on the screen, we have all the Pixel specs right here for the Pixel 4a, the 4a with 5G, and the Google Pixel 5. So first, let's look at the Pixel 4a. You can see for the display, we have 5.8 inches, Full HD Plus, OLED, 60 Hertz. Gonna be the same display on the Pixel 4a with 5G, except we're picking up a larger screen size on the 4a with 5G. In regards to the Pixel 5 display, you can see it falls perfectly in between the 4a with 5G and the 4a at 6 inches, but we pick up a much higher refresh rate. Next, in regards to processing power, you can see the 5 and the 4a with 5G use the exact same Snapdragon 765G. You can see the speeds and performance of those processors. They're similar to each other, so it's using the same processing power versus the Pixel 4a, only using the 730G. Next, you can see the memory and storage all come with 128 gigabytes of built-in storage, but the Pixel 5 has 2 extra gigs of RAM versus the 4a and the 4a with 5G. Next, we have cameras. So we have the same camera module on the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 4a with 5G, but the Pixel 4a only gets one rear-facing camera. We lose the 16 megapixel ultra-wide, unfortunately. I love the ultra-wide camera and the photos that the Pixel 5 and the 4a with 5G take. Then you can see our last difference right here between the devices. The 4a line up both the 4a and the 4a with 5G only have fast charging, where the Pixel 5 picks up wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, which is a pretty fantastic feature. You can charge up your Pixel Buds and other wireless devices using your phone. So now you can see we have the AnTuTu Benchmark results of the Pixel 4a versus the Pixel 4a with 5G. You can see the results right here. For the 4a, we got a score of 33.99.12. For the 4a with 5G, we got a score of 35.13.25. So pretty similar in performance, but you can see clearly the winner is going to be the Pixel 4a versus 5G in regards to the AnTuTu Benchmark results. Let's take a look at the CPU right here. You can see, so the 4a with 5G got a score of 90.15.6 versus the Pixel 4a, which got a score of 10.32.81. So the Pixel 4 with 5G is using the Snapdragon 765G 5G, which is what the Pixel 5 uses, where the Pixel 4a is only using the Snapdragon 730G. You can see a complete breakdown right there. Next, you can see we have our GPU test. So the 4a with 5G is using the Adreno 620 versus the 4a using the Adreno 618. Pixel 4 with 5G got a score of 10.10.19 versus the 4a got a score of 88.59.5. Then you can see our memory. We have the same amount of 6 gigs of RAM in both of these devices. You can see the 4A with 5G got a score of 72.67.0 versus the 4A, which got a score of 58.38. And last but not least, you can see the UX results right here in scores. So both are running Android 11. We got a score of 87.48.0 for the Pixel 4A with 5G versus a score of 89.72.80 for the Pixel 4A. Now you can see our Geekbench 5 results right here. So the Google Pixel 4a with 5G got a single core score of 576 versus the Google Pixel 4a got a single core score of 530. The Pixel 4a with 5G got a multi-core score of 1323 versus the Pixel 4a got a multi-core score of 1514. Let's go ahead, let's see a complete breakdown of the single core right here, and we can compare it to other devices. So you can see that we got a bunch of Google devices on the left right here, the Pixel 4, 4XL, Pixel 5, 3XL, 3, 2XL, and 3A. Then you can see some Samsung devices right here, OnePlus devices, Xiaomi devices. So a wide variety and range from 331 all the way up to 960. Again, single core score for the 4A of 530. It's going to fall in the middle of the pack right here. Now let's go ahead, let's look at the multi-core score. So again, 1323 for the 4A with 5G versus 1514 for the Pixel 4A. Same comparisons again with other Google devices for the 4A with 5G. And then same devices again right here for the Pixel 4A. You can see where the 1514 score is going to fall in the middle of the pack again, with the Xiaomi and Samsung devices right there. So that's been a quick look at your benchmark tests. So you might be thinking, well, hey, those are pretty similar benchmark results. David, which device do I get? I'm glad you asked, guys. If you ask me, in regards to performance, they're very similar. I think the average person won't really notice a difference whether you land on the 4A versus the 4A with 5G. But I think the best value is truly the Pixel 4A with 5G. You pick up a lot of great features that you don't have with the Pixel 4A. So the biggest one for me is that wide angle camera. It is worth having that wide angle camera because I love taking photos on my Pixel phones, and it has the same camera module and sensor that the Pixel 5 has. So very happy. Obviously it still has the same camera the 4A has as well, but the 4A is missing that 16 megapixel rear ultra wide that you pick up with the 4A 5G. So I love having the ultra wide camera, and having 5G is a huge bonus as well too, especially if you live in an area that has great 5G coverage. You definitely want to pay for those features, at least in my opinion. So it definitely makes the value there for the 4A with 5G. But honestly, rest assured, if you don't have the budget to go up to that 4A with 5G, you'd still be very happy with the experience on the Google Pixel 4A. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat. Check out our website and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.